Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellie if you're new here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Happy to see ya. So it's been a little bit since I've had the opportunity to upload on here, but if you follow me over on Instagram, you know that a lot of stuff's been going on. Been uploading on there pretty consistently, but I've also launched an online knit club and a Substack, which we'll get into all those things in just a little bit. But the stars have aligned for me to be able to upload a video, to film one, to edit one, and I'm just so happy because I really missed being on YouTube. So I have my all-time favorite tea with me right now. This is ginger tea by Traditional Medicinals. Is that? Yeah, yes. But really been loving ginger tea lately. Cannot recommend enough, especially for this kind of late summer, early autumn vibe we have going on here in September. But happy September, by the way. So let's go ahead and just jump on in. I have quite a few things to talk about. I was going to share some yarn purchases, some completed projects, some recently acquired notions, and all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm planning on just not editing this video and making it super relaxed and laid back. So yeah, hopefully you guys like that vibe. But this is my current whip. This is the weekend sweater by Petite knit up in Icigar EcoSoft. And I am thoroughly obsessed with this, and I think it will be my favorite sweater this fall, hands down. This sweater has a really beautiful turtleneck, which I'll be, I think, adding before I do the sleeves. Going a little bit out of order there, but just because I'm so excited to see this with the turtleneck. I knit it one size up than what I normally do because I wanted it to be just really big and cozy and oversized. So I'm knitting a size small, but there's quite a large amount of positive ease, as you can see here. I just really love a shapeless sweater, kind of like the Baba sweater vibes. This kind of reminded me of those sweaters. So super excited about how this is turning out. I mean, this yarn could not be any more beautiful, and I really can't recommend it enough. I've worked with this yarn before, but this is my first time working with this colorway, and it is the colorway E46. And it's 50% alpaca and 44% cotton. Just stunning. So that leads me into my next yarn purchase, which is very similar in composition and vibes. This is a yarn that I saw on Ravelry that I became completely obsessed with, and then discovered later that it was stocked like an hour away from me. And so I had to go see it in person just to see if it was as beautiful as it looked online, and it sure was. This is the Juniper Moon Farm Cotton and Merino, 70% cotton, 30% merino wool, and it's in the shade Dove. And completely to no surprise to anybody, I'm going to be making a cloud sweater with this. I haven't knit up a gauge swatch or anything, but regardless, I'm gonna make it work. And I mean, it just looks like a cloud. It would be so fitting for a cloud sweater. So super excited. Both of these yarns are great for fall projects because they're not super heavy wool. So depending on where you're living, if your fall is a little bit more mild, like where I am, great options. So super excited about both of these. Next up, I have a very exciting thing to share, and that is that I now have an affiliate link with Purl Soho. It's super exciting because Purl Soho was kind of my introduction into knitting when I was brand new, because they have so many new knitter friendly patterns. They have a lot of free patterns on their website that are definitely worth checking out. But yeah, if you don't know if you don't know what an affiliate link is, essentially it's just a personalized link to me that when you shop through that link, I'll get commission off of the sales if you choose to purchase something. So no extra cost to you, but it's a nice way to support my channel if you so wish. If you're looking to stock up on some good yarns for fall or winter projects, I would be super appreciative if you checked out my link below. But these next Purl Soho yarns I purchased with my own money. They were not gifted to me or anything, so very much honest review here. But I mean, there's really nothing negative you could ever say about their yarns. They're just so lovely. But the first thing that I got from Purl Soho is a couple different shades of their Stormy Superwash sock yarn. And it's 85% superwash merino and 15% recycled nylon fingering weight. I normally am not a big superwash person, but the times where I haven't worked with superwash or sock yarn that didn't have nylon in it, there's definitely good options out there, but when I've kind of just like used a regular old yarn, because I'm a very type B person like that, it always ends up wearing down my socks after like just a couple of months of wear. So I really wanted to buy a couple of sock yarns that I knew for a fact were going to hold up, and these really fit the bill. And not only did they fit the bill in composition, they really fit the bill in color or palette that I was looking for. So this one is the shade Salt and Pepper. So just a really nice marled color here. Really, really lovely. And then this is Stillwater Blue. This color is so stunning. I've just kind of been staring at this in my studio. I'm so excited to cast on. And then the last one is Reindeer Brown. It's just a really nice taupey color that I've really been drawn to. I'm kind of considering doing stripes with these two together, or maybe this with this on like the heel or something, or I might just do them all solid colors and just do ribbed socks. I'm not really sure yet, but really, really excited to work on those. And then I've talked about this pattern before, but Purl Soho has a couple of different patterns for towels and dishcloths, which is super, super cool. It's really fun to be able to do something kind of woven, but with knitting. So I got their kit online to make the Sunday dinner dish towels, and that is a composition of their sweetgrass yarn, which is undyed, absolutely stunning, 65% organic cotton and 35% superfine alpaca. This will be the contrast color to the Santolina yarn, which is 70% cotton, 20% rayon from bamboo, and then 10% hemp. I am really, really excited. My boyfriend is also really excited about me making these because we'll both get to use them. And again, I just think it's so cool that Purl Soho does kind of home good related yarns or yarn designs. So yarn patterns is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, go check out the Purl Soho stuff. I'll put my link below, and thank you so much in advance if you choose to shop through my affiliate link. I really, really appreciate it. And looks like that's all the yarns that I'll have for right now to talk about. So we can go ahead and jump straight into my recently completed projects. These are the Loopy Studio micro shorts. These were so fun to knit up and really took no time at all. I'll insert some clips of me wearing these, but they are just the cutest things ever. I wore them to my yoga class this morning, and it was the best feeling ever to wear shorts that you made. But yeah. These were knit up in Sandusgarn, let's see, Double Sunday is the name of the yarn. I almost had to go check on my stash to look, but Double Sunday, I'll put the yarn details here, but you could, if you wanted to, if you were making these yourself and you were doing the striped, You could do a duplicate stitch to hide this kind of stitch contrast going on between the butt part and the leg part, but I don't really mind it. I think it's kind of cute. But I've seen people online do duplicate stitch just to make that look a little bit neater. And I will say the one thing that I wish that I did a little bit more of an elasticated bind off, like something like an Italian bind off or something, but I was just really excited to finish them. So totally fine without it. They are a little bit finicky to put on, but otherwise super excellent and really great pattern, very size inclusive, super modifiable, and would definitely recommend checking it out. And then my other most recently completed whip is my Ivy top by Petite Knit Up in Jagger Spun. This is their Jagger Rag yarn, and it has this really lovely shoulder detail here that I really love. And I went ahead and decided to add this ribbing on the bottom that's not included in the pattern because I saw how the neckline was rolling and I knew that the bottom was gonna curl up. So I went ahead and just added some ribbing on the bottom. I wish that I had maybe added ribbing to the top too, honestly. I'll insert some clips of me wearing this. I really like it, but I also just think that it's best with a more structured yarn and not a wool that stretches, because when I first finished it, I really liked how it fit. It was pretty form-fitting, and now it's ever so slightly loose, and the neckline really widened a lot, even with very careful blocking. So I could try to shrink it a little bit. I'm not gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna roll with it as is. And I'm even considering somehow like stitching the neckline down to keep it rolled and even wider than it is right now, because right now it's kind of this weird in between of being standing up but then also rolled down. I don't know, I could just be overthinking it. It's still extremely cute for fall, and I'm still happy I made it, but I would like to re-knit it in a more structured kind of linen or cotton yarn, I think. But yeah, those are my completed whips. It feels really awesome to have 2 completed whips after a really long time of not having any completed objects. So that's been really fun. Next, I wanted to talk about some general Notion supply stuff that I have recently gotten. This first thing I'm going to be talking about, I had just been scrolling through Instagram and I can't remember how they popped up on my feed, but their company name is Mabel and Jess, and they make these stitch markers that the second that they got back from Flock, and they restocked their website, I immediately placed an order. I was so excited. I'll share some of my favorite stitch markers that they have, but they come in these little adorable packs. And I mean, have you seen anything more cute in your entire life? This is just a cutie pie little sheep. And then you have this really adorable horse one that I love. So cute. This one comes with a little, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on the name of this? This little guy, horseshoe. And then they have a couple of other ones that are these little like purl ones. One of my favorite ones I have on my whip right now that actually I want to put on a new whip that I'm about to start for Fish Girl Fall. If you're hip to that knit along, I'll put that poster here. Cannot recommend joining that knit along enough. I've already made my decision on what I'm gonna knit, but this little stitch marker of this little fish is so perfect for Fish Girl Fall if you're participating. Even if you're not participating, You should. But anyway, really been enjoying having some fun stitch markers because typically I'm just a simple little Cocoa Knits circle stitch marker girl, but I've really been enjoying having some more whimsical stitch markers. So that's been really great. And then the other purchase that's hiding behind here, I'll insert some clips of it, but I recently got a new yarn ball winder that is the most deliciously smooth ball winder I've ever used in my life. I have only ever used the Knit Picks one, which tried and true, works like a charm. It's great. But if you've had it for a long time, or if yours was anything like mine, it was definitely pretty squeaky. Sometimes it kind of flew off, even if I was being gentle with it. The glue just didn't hold very well on mine. And I figured that, you know, I've proven myself to be a lifelong knitter, so I figured I'm gonna just invest in something nice, and I did that exact thing. It is just the most beautiful and smooth and easy to assemble ball winder I could ask for. And I'm so happy that now pretty much everything in my studio is just made out of wood or pine. It's nice looking. So that's been really exciting. And then I also picked up this giant spool of the plastic, well, I only know how to refer to these as purl strings because that's the brand that I used to buy from. But I would always go through them so quickly, or I'd be cutting them to fit certain projects. And I was about to go and order some more, but then I discovered that you can just buy these giant spools of them. It's that little clear plastic hollow tubing where you can slide your stitches onto it to try things on. So I feel very relaxed knowing that I can have 1 billion trillion whips going on at the same time and put them on some of these stitch holders and not have fear of running out. So that's been a really great purchase. Very happy to have that. And then final thing that I purchased is this is just to knit those socks that I was just talking about. I was going to order the mini Chiago knitting needle set. I'm still thinking about doing it, but I feel like it's also totally appropriate to just buy the singles, especially for socks or knitting like sleeves or something like that, because I don't know if it's just as necessary to have interchangeable needles, but if I'm wrong there, let me know if you feel like it's worth the investment to buy the minis. Definitely let me know in the comments below. But I just picked up a size 1, a size 2, and then a size 1.5. My local yarn store only had the 1.5 and 2 in the Likey needle sets, but then I have the Chiago size 1. So this is what I'll be knitting my socks on. Cannot wait for that. Cannot also recommend enough knitting on the mini needles for things like sleeves or socks. Not having to deal with, I've never done double pointed needles, so I can't speak on that, but not having to deal with magic loop. It's not that bad, but it's really pleasant to just work with the tiny little needles. And then just for funsies, I wanted to throw in these 2 other things that I've been loving, and they're both like bathroom related, self-care related. This is a Hot Springs bath soak by Onsen Saru. I don't know if that's how you say that, but the scent of this is pine and cedarwood. And if you're like me and you like a more kind of woodsy smell more than floral, oh my gosh, it just smells so good, and it's really relaxing. My one qualm with this though is that they only fill this bag up like halfway, which is a real shame. But yeah, really recommend these, and great way to just soak in some magnesium after a long day. And from the little bit of research I've done online, they also sell a scented oil that smells like this, which I'm sure smells amazing. So if you're looking for a good fragrance. And then also super random, but I figured that this would be a relatable thing. I'm trying to find a natural deodorant that doesn't suck. And I've gone through quite a large amount of options over the past couple years. And especially since becoming a nurse, it's really important for me to have a good deodorant, as you can imagine. But I just recently tried the High Bar natural deodorant, and this is in the scent Bergamot and Cedar. Oh, it smells so good. It's like rubbing a bar of soap on yourself. It's just very clean smelling. And it's been working great. So I just bought another one to put in my work bag in case I ever need to reapply, but I haven't really needed to with this, and it's been not irritating. And yeah, so I just figured I'd throw both those things in there just for funsies. I think that is all that I had to talk about in terms of things on my table. I feel like I've just been talking at a million miles an hour. I've been really nervous about messing up because I'm not planning on editing this video too much. But yeah, that's pretty much it for right now. I wanted to chat very briefly about the knit club. So I have one happening September 6th, and I think it is Saturday, September 6th, or maybe it's the 7th. I'll put the little poster I designed here. I'm very excited about hosting it. I do want to mention that the Instagram algorithm unfortunately decided to launch the absolute heck out of that post, and I think 200,000 people saw it, and I have very mixed feelings about the algorithm doing that, because as happy as I am to have more people come into my community, and obviously everybody is welcome, and I'm super excited to have more people, but that was just a really unfortunate post to go viral because I had like way more people sign up than I was anticipating. And then by the time that I went to close it, over 90 people had registered, which 90 people on a Zoom call is just gonna be a totally different vibe than it was last time. Granted, last time there was like 40 people. Granted, I'm not sure how many of those people will actually be making it at the end of the day to the Zoom call. And I hope that, you know, everyone who signed up gets to come. But yeah, it was just kind of crazy to just like be a little bit bombarded because I'm just a one girl show here. And it was just a little bit overwhelming. It's kind of weird feeling. If you're in the social media space, maybe, you know, this is not a common thing to feel. I think that you're supposed to feel kind of excited about your stuff getting picked up by the algorithm, but I don't know, it just felt kind of intimidating, I guess, to just have that many people flock in all at the same time. But that being said, it's good to know that that could happen, and I feel like I'll have better measures in place. I might just have to cap attendance next time I do the knit club, unfortunately, just because it is online and I want us to be able to have a good discussion. But anyway, if you weren't able to register, I'm really sorry, and I hope that I can host another one soon, or maybe I can try to break them up into different smaller groups throughout the month or something like that. I'm still figuring it out. This is only the second time I've ever done it, but I absolutely loved the first time I hosted one. It was just me and 40 other people from around the world, which was the coolest thing ever. And we all just talked about what's been inspiring us lately, and just the projects we've been working on. And yeah, it was just a great discussion. So we'll see. It could be really fun having a bunch of people there. It's just new. It's a little intimidating to moderate something that large, but it'll be great no matter what. And I hope I don't sound like I'm complaining about new people finding my Instagram and my channel and stuff, because at the end of the day, it's wonderful and great. It was just kind of intense, but it's all good now. And I think that's all that I had to talk about today. So thanks again for watching, and I hope that everyone is doing well, and I'm hoping that I can see you guys again here very soon. But thanks for jumping on with me today on this very quick chatty catch up and I will talk to you later. Bye, take care.